Leslie Felice. Leslie Felice, where you at? Is she here?
Yeah, I saw her.
Wasn't she here like a moment ago?
Yeah, she went to the restroom.
Ooh. All right. When she comes back, we'll probably get her up. All right then, Max Lehman, you're on deck, buddy.
Hey!
But first, come to the stage. We have Zach Clausen.
Smoke those tits! Smoke those tits!
Who's ready to smoke those tits? Hey, I'm Zach. I'm from Kansas. It's hard to transition out of that. Right off the front. My name is Zach. I don't have any tattoos because I can just tell people that I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't need like this. This life is more than just to read through permanently. I'm just going to prove I'm a fan. But to each his own, I guess. I'm from Kansas, and I just want to say, as someone from Kansas, I don't give a shit about climate change. The only thing they ever say is that like the seas are going to rise and all the coast little cities are going to disappear. It's going to take a while to get to Kansas. I think there's going to be some signs. We're going to have plenty of warning. Once Manhattan is completely underwater, it's like, oh shit, we only have 18,000 more years before we got to get thinking about moving out of here. Once the western coast of Kansas is a beachfront property. Okay. Yeah. All right. I recently lost a lot of weight. I know it's hard to tell because I'm still very fat. But I did recently lose like 5 pounds, and that's like something about it. It's just like I feel like I'm a fucking scarecrow. I'm just like, holy shit! I have so much room. I can move. It's like, it's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna keep doing that. My name, I've got kind of a 90s name, Zach. Every time I've grown up, every class I ever was in, they were like, you want me to call you Zach or Zachary? And I'm always like, Zachary. And they're like, okay, Zach. No one wants to say Zachary. It's a mouthful. It sounds like, Jebediah or this is Jebediah and this is his brother Zachary. Like Zach sounds like a kid who's hanging out at the arcade. Just like my hat backwards, like, hey, what's up? I'm Zach. Give me your quarters. Like a middle school bully. But Zachary sounds like a kid who's just hanging out at church. Hello, I'm Zachary. That's my true inner self. I am Christian, but I don't like to throw it. I didn't fuck those kids, okay? I'm sorry. It wasn't me.
Somebody did.
So like 2 hours ago, someone mentioned the vice president. I just want to say, the vice president's always been a weird position because, like, if you're the president, it's a dangerous job if they just historically have to hire someone else in case you get killed. Day one, it's like if you get a job at a factory and they're like, "This is Kevin. He's here to take your job if something kills you." Like, how often does that happen? A lot, actually. So much that we need Kevin to be here immediately. Kevin might kill you. That's a Lyndon Baines Johnson joke. He definitely killed JFK. Okay, moving on. Someone else mentioned restless leg syndrome, which that was like a punchline in like the early 2000s. Everyone making fun of restless leg syndrome, like, oh, that's so stupid. I once saw a full screening of Barry Lyndon with a documentary of how it was made. And let me tell you, restless leg syndrome is very real. And it's very painful. That's a movie. Has anyone ever seen Barry Lyndon? That's a good movie.
I just
right?
saw it again.
Yeah, it's a good one. I saw it on my
I
lap.
finally fell asleep.
I can see that. Like I watched that on my laptop, and I thought it was a very slow period piece. I'm a huge Kubrick fan, so I loved it anyway. But I watched it in theaters and realized it's a slapstick comedy. Something about everything being bigger is just like the tiniest little movements, like hilarious. I recommend that movie in big screen if you can. Yeah. Today's the anniversary, April 29th, of the LA riots. You know that? 1992, April 29th. Good Sublime song. So. You have to play that. That's the traditional, it's like Christmas songs. You have to play the Sublime Riot song, and then you have to throw a trash can through a Rite Aid window. Get shot up by Koreans. That's just how you celebrate. I also, I grew up in Kansas. They have the Westboro Baptist Church. I'm sure you guys, that's everyone's like favorite. The person who booed Christians, I'm sure they love that. That's like they protested my graduation just because I guess they assume gay people. It's not like they have a list of like, all right, Simon and Jeff and Meredith. These are gay people we're specifically protesting. They just assume there's gay people there. They protest, which is always confusing because I don't know why. Like, even if you hate gay people, it's like, wait, are you against them getting educated? Like, listen, you can either learn to read or suck a dick. You can't do both. I think bitch is a very strange word in the English language because it means completely different things depending on like who you're saying it to. Like if you're saying it to a man, you're calling a man a bitch. You're saying he's like weak, like whiny, like stop being such a bitch. It's a very different context calling a woman a bitch, where you got like calling her rude or like overbearing, like whoa, what a bitch. Same word, completely different context, and it just makes me think like, well, what does it mean when you call a non-binary person a bitch? And I think it goes all the way back around and becomes a compliment. It just means like a true friend. Someone you can really depend on. Hey, they, them. You're a bitch. I appreciate it. I think To Kill a Mockingbird is way too cool of a name for the book that it actually is.
Yes.
Right? It's like, it sounds like a cool like spy thriller. It should be the next James Bond movie, like 007 To Kill a Mockingbird. They've stolen the Mockingbird. Experimental jet. Have Jason Statham be like the next. Hey, how's it going? I'm James Bond. You know what I mean? They stole the Mockingbird. I'm gonna beat him up. They say dolphins are smart, but dolphins are mammals that have to breathe. They have to breathe water, but they live in the ocean. Imagine the opposite. Imagine an animal that has to breathe water but lives on the land. And then imagine looking at that animal and thinking, wow, what a smart animal. I was going to buy some pants the other day. I had to put them back at the last second, though, because there's a little bit of camouflage, like lining the pocket. And I just can't look any more racist than I already do. I think we can all agree camouflage is the most racist fabric pattern, right? It should basically be considered a hate crime to wear camouflage anywhere but a literal forest. You don't wear camouflage into a Walgreens
No, you don't.
for fun. You're doing it to let everyone at that Walgreens know you have a problem with other cultures.
That's right.
Everyone's a single parent. I've never met a double parent.
Double parent.
Ooh, man. You guys like Jason Statham movies? Perfect. he's coming out with a new movie. I think it's been out for a while, called Working Man, where he just plays a construction worker. I love him. And that's just his new thing. He just picks the occupation and just makes it into a badass. It doesn't matter. He's just like, how's it going? I'm a working man. I'm a construction worker, you know what I mean? But also I'm on a karate gang, so I'll kick your ass. My daughter's been kidnapped. And I've got to fight the bosses of 3 different gangs on the rooftop in the rain to get her back, you know what I mean? You know, you should just do that. You just like go through all just different occupations. Like, hey, if you're not gang members, don't get out of my sushi restaurant in 3 seconds, you know what I mean? There's going to be a problem. All right, thank you.
I'm deaf and that loud. That was loud as fuck. Good job, Zach. Hell yeah. Woo! Woo! I love it, man. Oh man, dude. And Jason Statham, a real working man right there, Zach. All right, I'll stop with the dad jokes. On deck, we have